if every turn that you face on this journey of whatever you're longing for, whatever dream you're chasing, is not benefiting you at all, it's draining you, it is demoralizing, it is not beneficial to your spirit, to your soul, you hate the process, you hate what you're doing, you hate the person that you're either turning into or the person that that you actually see yourself being tomorrow once you finally do reach the dream that you're chasing. If all of those things apply, then it's probably something you shouldn't be doing. Blessings, beautiful people, and welcome to another episode of the Will the World podcast, hosted by yours truly, Jason Darrell Williams. I know it's been a minute, it's been a while, but I had to take like a little hiatus, you know what I'm saying, just to kind of recalibrate, and really cement the direction that I wanted to take this podcast, because I started to feel like, I had pressures of being uh someone, or start to do something or some things even that, you know, I don't want to do in regards to this platform. So here we are. We're back. It feels like it's been forever. It's only been like a week and a half, maybe even 2 weeks, but that's a long time. I'm happy to be back. Happy to be back in the groove, and I'm filming this episode with uh, a heavy heart, a heavy spirit. Today we lost another human being to senseless acts of gun violence. I'm talking about Takeoff. I'm talking about Kirsch. Um, I actually woke up to the news from a text message from my mother. My mama got a group chat with me and my younger brother, and I woke up to that news, and I pray to God that I'm never desensitized to getting that type of news, getting that type of information, hearing about one of our people being killed. I mean, he was 28 years old, and it happened in my hometown, Houston. Um, and it's just so many things at play, and I just want to say, just rest in peace. May your soul be free. Condolences to your friends, your family. Um, it's really tough. I struggle with these types of things. It's because it hits even without me having any type of relationship with these people who we are losing. Uh, because we're human. One, two, us as black men, we go through so much adversity as it is. There are so many things that are just piled up against us. So many things that aren't meant to work in our favor from outside forces. So many things that we can't control. Uh, However, we still find a way to persevere and rise to the top of the mountaintop regardless. And oftentimes, as of late, we've fallen into the hands of our own, which just compiles upon what we already experience as a people in this country. Um, and that's tough. I didn't come here to really go too deep in that conversation, out of respect to his family, out of respect to his situation. I won't speak too deeply upon anything. I won't speak on anything that I've heard. I won't speak on any of that. Uh I'm just sending my prayers and condolences to everyone who has been affected by what happened today. Um I actually came here to talk about something that's been on my heart over the last couple weeks. And it's something that I even talked to my boy Blake about. I even asked him on his podcast. It's crowded at the top. If y'all not subscribed already, I need to subscribe. Ask the CEO. It's crowded at the top. Uh we've been going hard since like January, February. It's an amazing podcast. Y'all tune in, tap in. Um but what's been on my mind lately, what's been on my heart lately is this question of, when do we know to let it go? And that it could be anything, that it could be relationships, that it could be a dream of ours, that it could be a goal of ours, that it could be a career of ours, that it could be not only just a person in our lives, but a group of people in our lives, that it could even be an identity of ourselves that we have. When do you know to let it go? And I've been sitting on it for a while. Pause. I've been sitting on it for a while, and I'm still trying to figure out what that means. But at this point, I feel like you let it go once it isn't serving you anymore. Once you aren't being fulfilled in a way, once it isn't beneficial to your spirit, to your soul. Because I think that, like, the reason I didn't speak to like financial prowess, like making money from a relationship or making money from a career or an idea or a dream that you've had, you know, is be excuse me, is because, we could be in a position to be seemingly successful by societal standards, you know, and it and it's not serving us. We could have the the financial wherewithal. We can have the success. We can climb the ladders in our careers. We can climb the ladders in our relationships and networking. We can advance in many different arenas. However, if it's not serving our souls, if it's not serving our spirit, then we are going to be unfulfilled. It isn't beneficial to us ultimately. It has its bright sides of the coin. Of course, everything does. But ultimately, you will find yourself like, what am I doing? How much longer of this am I going to put myself through? How much longer of this can I withstand? How much more of this should I subject myself to, either before I give up or before I realize it's not good for me, or before I reach the breakthrough? Because that's the tricky part. That's kind of what stemmed the question for me. It's like, we have things in life that we want to do, and more times than not, we have to be very consistent and knocking those doors down. We have to persevere through the bumps, through the bruises. We have to keep faith when we talk to 100 people and get 100 no's, and we have to have the faith and the hope and the expectation that the next time we go for what it is that we're going for, that 101th time, the 100 and what 101th that 101st time, what am I talking about, the 101st time, we have to have faith that the 101st time will be the yes that we've been seeking. And the tricky part is, how do you know that you are on the right path? And like I said, it goes back to, is this thing that I'm doing, is this thing that I'm in search of, is this relationship that I'm hoping turns around is it to be in my favor? Is this passion, is this dream that I'm chasing? And I use that word for the sake of the conversation. I'm going to tell you why I don't like that word in a second. But this dream that I am chasing, when do I know that I need to let it go versus continuing forward? And I would say this: if even in the midst of you getting your nose, even in the midst of the trials and tribulations, you genuinely love what you're doing, the experience that you're having, you embrace, appreciate, and understand that it's doing nothing but adding to your story, and you will do it the same today just as you will tomorrow, with whether you have the yes or not, then you're on the right path. But if every turn that you face on this journey of whatever you're longing for, whatever dream you're chasing, is not benefiting you at all, it's draining you, it is demoralizing, it is not beneficial to your spirit, to your soul, you hate the process, you hate what you're doing, you hate the person that you're either turning into, or the person that that you actually see yourself being tomorrow, once you finally do reach the dream that you're chasing. If all of those things apply, then it's probably something you shouldn't be doing. It's something that you should sit with yourself and think, like, why am I even doing this in the first place? What are my reasons for doing this if it does not feed me? Is it because somebody else said that I should? Is it because I thought I would make a lot of money from it? Is it because, whatever your idea might have been, you have to sit with yourself and really think, like, okay, why am I doing this? If I don't love to do it, why am I doing it in the first place? And, going back to what I started the pod off with today's tragic event, it really made me, and I hate to say it because it's really unfortunate that times of loss make you think, about things, and reapproach maybe how you look at life and what you deem to be important and things of that nature, or maybe it serves as a reminder of our mortality. But it really made me sit and think, like, how do I want to live my life? Like, do I want to live my life doing things that don't serve me, doing things that generally don't make me happy, doing things that don't fulfill me? And I'm gonna say fulfill because I know that happiness is a fleeting emotion. There will be times where you're actually in the space and in your element, the the life that you've created, and you won't be happy doing it, for whatever reasons. Like life be life, and you know what I mean? So I get that, but is it fulfilling you? And I'm like, I don't want to do anything from this day forward that isn't fulfilling to my spirit, my soul, and what I believe is my purpose right now in life. And I know there may be some people out there who may not know their purpose right now, and that's fine. You know, um, I've always said that one way to kind of help you find your purpose is to ask yourself, what would you do if you weren't getting a dime for it? Like, what would you do every day, every single day, regardless if you were getting paid or not? That might be a hint into where your purpose lies, and that doesn't necessarily mean a a specific activity. Like, I'm not saying like every day I wake up I can go hoop whether I'm getting paid or not. Like, that doesn't mean that that's going to be your purpose, but it may help to lead you down the path of saying, okay, I know that I like to do this every single day. And by doing that, that helps people like this, or this makes me feel that way. Oh, maybe I like to help people because helping people makes me feel good. Or I may like to clean up the parks. I see trash everywhere on the street, or I see trash in the parks or trash in the playgrounds. Oh, maybe I like to take care of our planet. Maybe my purpose is to be a conservationist. Like, just simple examples like that, where it could literally just lead you or help to hold your hand down to the path of figuring out why you are here. I feel like we all have our reasons. So if you are doing things that don't speak to that side of you, then it may be a clear indicator that you need to let it go. If you are in a relationship in which it's not feeding you, the relationship is not fulfilling, the relationship is not pushing you towards becoming a better version of yourself, the relationship you're in is extremely toxic. You feel yourself uh becoming something that you don't like to look at in the mirror. If you feel a job that you're in is draining you, is causing moments and times of depression, it's causing you to maybe drink more than you have, smoke more than you have, whatever the case may be, and I'm using those things from experience. Like, I'm not just throwing just some random stuff out there. Like, I'm saying those specific things because I've gone through that. I've gone through the moments of me coming home and feeling like I have to have a drink or two or three in order to decompress, because I'm trying to shake off my workday because I hated what I was doing. And that was one of the first times in which I realized that no matter how much money you're making, it doesn't mean that you're going to be happy. Like, I tell people all the time, I literally could make $1 million a day in accounting or finance. I could do that, and still I would not wake up excited about my workday. That just doesn't feed me. That doesn't feed my spirit. It doesn't feed my soul. That I feel doesn't speak to my purpose, or better yet, speak to my existence and the reason why I have been blessed to be here on this earth, God's earth, So it's not about the money. And the beautiful thing is, once you find the thing that fulfills you, the money will come. You find your riches in your heart. That's where the treasure lies, in your heart and your soul. So, you know, um, I just really felt compelled to really speak to that today because it's really been on my heart lately. Like I'm working on a lot of things behind the scenes. Um, Maybe even too much at times, too many things. And I've told myself within the last 48 hours even that I'm going to cut some of those things back that I feel as though aren't in alignment with what I feel as though I'm really here to do and what I want to do moving forward, you know. And even, going back to, like letting go either a person or a group of people. When I mentioned that a few minutes ago, I'm really speaking to, like friends that you may have in your life. Whether you've known them since you were little or whether you've known them over the course of your college years or your career years, your corporate years, post college, whatever the case may be. It's important to be able to distinguish the moment in which they no longer serve you presently, nor do they serve your future self. And once that becomes apparent, the relationship needs to come to a halt. Now, I'm not talking about, like ruining a relationship and blocking people and becoming rude and mean and pushing people away from you or anything of that nature. I'm just literally just speaking to removing yourself from being so available, removing yourself from the idea that you owe this person or people anything, removing yourself from the idea that you are obligated to remain at a certain level of friendship or a certain level of relationship based upon your shared past. Like, it's human nature, but it's not real. It's not real. You don't owe anybody. And if anybody has any problem with you making the best decision for yourself, then they weren't in your corner anyway. And that will be revealed, you know. Um, and I think that's important. Is really important to for me to say that because I know there are some people out there right now who have people in their lives only out of obligation, a perceived obligation, and those people do not serve them at all. They don't complement where they are currently in their lives, nor do they complement the person that they are actively doing things on a daily to become. Whatever you surround yourself with, you will become. Whoever you surround yourself with, you will become. It's just a fact. Y'all know the old saying, show me your 5 friends and I'll show you your future. It's the truth. It is the truth. If you are not a millionaire right now and you surround yourself with millionaires, do you think you're going to become a millionaire or you think you're just going to stay where you are and while you continue to be around those people? No, you are going to elevate. You are going to elevate. So the same thing applies here, So, yeah, so I just wanted to I just wanted to, come to y'all, talk to y'all, and share with y'all what I've been feeling lately, in regards to when do you know to let things go. And like I said, I'm still working it out, but I think I've found the foundation. And it's to let it, who, whatever, let it go once it does not serve you, once it is not beneficial to you, once it is not of any good for not only your present self, but also your future self. I hope today was valuable. Hope y'all got something from this. Um, I'm praying for y'all. I'm praying for myself. I'm praying for us. I'm praying for our community. I'm praying for our world. Until next time, peace and love.